Well, hi. Welcome back. It's so good to see you again. Hello to our new friends. My name is Michelle, and this is Life Changes, where we talk about all the things of life throws at us and how we go with them and we change to keep things going smoothly. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Join us twice a week here at Life Changes, and where we talk about all those things, fun things. We show crafts and we talk about recipes and just life in general. So hit that little bell, make sure you hear it all so that you can do that. Join us on Facebook or on the community page. Just please come join us. So, if you're wondering what I'm doing today, you noticed, jingle jingle, it's that time of year. Whether we want to or not, holidays are coming fast. So, no matter what holiday you celebrate, whether you celebrate, whatever holidays in the wintertime, in the next couple of months, there's going to be holidays, and we need to be ready. We don't want to wait to the last minute, and then you're rushed and you're stressed, and you just don't enjoy it. I remember my father used to go around and saying, "Bah, humbug." He was always so upset about the Christmas season that was coming up because there was so much to do, so much to buy, because he didn't plan ahead. So I'm going to share with you what I do to make the holiday season just a little bit easier. Now, it only takes 4 things. You ready? It takes a notebook, just a plain old notebook, a pen, and I use a sticky note, and I use a little bit of tape just to make sure the sticky note sticks. Now, if you have other things, like you have markers or you have stickers, and you can make this as pretty as you want to. That's up to you. But you really only need a notebook and a pencil or a pen. That's really all you need. So, we're talking today about planners. That's what we're talking about, is holiday planners. So you can call this a Christmas planner. You can call it a Hanukkah planner. You could call it a winter planner. I don't know all the holidays that come. I just don't remember. I apologize. Let me know in a comment below if you celebrate one of these other holidays besides just Christmas. Because there's a lot of wonderful holidays out there that we don't think about unless we celebrate them. So let me know what you celebrate. But this planner can be worked and can fit any holiday. So this is how it works. You can print these out. There's many, many places which you can print them out. And I've done it. I have printed out printers. Or the pages on the printer. And I have used those. This is just what I found that works better for me. So I'm going to show you the one that I have. This will be the last year that I use it. And then next year, I'm going to have to start a new one because look at that. Look at all the years that I've used this. Each one of these is a year. And I just keep using the same one. This is just wrapping paper that I stuck on the front so it would look pretty, and I would know that this is a special notebook. Don't throw it away or don't stick it on a shelf somewhere. This actually stays. You can keep it with your decorations, or you can keep it in a special place where you can grab it all year round to have your holidays ready. So as you can tell, this first one, that's 2017. Now I got this idea, I don't know where I found it, but I realized that each year our decorations, our Christmas list, our cards list, every year can be different depending on what season of life we're in, who's joining us, who's not joining us. As I've shared earlier, my mother is no longer with us. So the pages that I included for her will no longer be in mine. So that's what I'm doing. But I also thought, here's an added bonus, I also thought this would be kind of cool for my granddaughter when she gets a little older and she's like, well, Mimi, what was Christmas like? What did you do? How did you decorate? Because, we change. So here it is. I can say, well, you know what? You can look through this book and this will give you all kinds of fun ideas. So the first thing we need to do is start. And what I'm going to do is flip to a blank page because, I've already been using this one. So I flip to the next page, which is this one. And I'm going to make a tab. This is just a sticky note. This isn't fancy. It's just a sticky note. You can make it fancy. You can buy tabs if you want to. So now I'm actually going to cut this tab in half because I don't need this full thing. So I'm cutting it in half. You do not have to use red or green. You can use whatever color you want or whatever color works for what you're doing. And I'm going to stick it on my page and I'm going to fold it over. Now I'm going to fold this over just a little bit so that it kind of sticks up above the page just a little bit. And then this is where I'm going to write the year. And this little part, I will cut off part of this. It's because it doesn't need to hang over that much. Easy enough. So see, it's still on the page, but it's not hanging down. You can leave it hanging down if you want to. So all I'm going to do is write the year. This is 2023. 2023. And I'm going to write on both sides. I'm going to write it on the back too. Because you never know. So my tab is done. There it is. Now, I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to go over it just to make sure it stays on my page and it doesn't come off. Because, you see how it was trying to come up on the back. So I'm just going to put a piece of tape over it. There you go. I didn't make mine quite long enough, so I'm going to work on this again. There you go. Now, that tape is just to ensure that it doesn't come off. So there we go. So now there's another tab that I'm going to be using. So this is the tab I'll be flipping to. Now, the next step is to put a calendar. Now, you can make this pretty and you can put Welcome Christmas, Welcome December. You can make this however you want to. You can look back in some of the years. Merry Christmas. Most of the time mine just says Merry Christmas. Sometimes it barely says Merry Christmas. This year, mine just has the calendar, the year, and I put November and December. So because right now we're still in November, and I can start going ahead and planning some of this stuff. And if I'm very organized, I can start planning on this stuff way earlier. I just usually am not. So, first page is already done. You can print out a calendar. You can tear out a piece of a small calendar that you get at the dollar store, or you can just handwrite it. I always just handwrite mine out. That's just how I do. Because this way there's plenty of room around the edges that I can actually make notes of activities that I want to do and draw a line to the date. So if we have something on the 20th, I can circle the 20th and then come down here and write what we're going to do. So that kind of helps to get the idea of what's going on. Now, the next page for me is the wish list. And I'll just write wish list on the top. You don't have to do this in order. Okay? My wish list. Okay? Now each person in my family will have their name. You can make it fancy. You can put all kinds of boxes or make an ornament. You can do this as pretty as you want to. You can just write their name. I just write their name. So I have my husband's name, my name, my oldest son, and his wife, and my granddaughter. Now each one of these can have their own, and then my youngest son. So I just wrote them on my page. Okay. Now you can do this with more. You can have 2 pages, 3 pages, however many people that you're buying for in your family. We typically we have minimalized how much we buy. And so we buy for my husband and I, and then our sons and their families. So I write this down, and then I ask people, give me an idea of what you want for Christmas. Give me some ideas. Write down 3 things that you want. Sometimes, last year they actually wrote it on paper, and I just taped it in. You can do that too. It worked. As long as I had an idea of what I needed to be looking for, there's always the phone. I wonder who that is. You want to guess? I don't know. The answering machine will get that up. Let's go ahead and finish this. So, yep, there you go. Isn't that how it always works? So, what we do is put that in there. Now, you can actually make your next pages. You can do this any way you want to. I usually have a page for my Christmas card, and I write down the list of people that I'm going to mail the Christmas card to. And in some years, I actually do write down the address with it. So let me see if I can find a picture. Okay. So here's a Christmas card. This is from 2019. This is a Christmas card that I used. I taped one in here. And I have a list of people at the bottom. Now, I usually have a list of people that I mail them to, and I have a list of people that, maybe I put it on a package or a goodies or something like that. This works so that I'm not sending the same picture card. It doesn't matter. If it matters to you, this will be a little, hey, this is what I used last year. So you can put that on there. So I will have a page in my planner for my Christmas card. And on the top of the page, I'm just going to put cards. Now, one thing that I have done, since I don't have as many people to send cards to, I send them to the littles. Littles love getting Christmas cards in the mail. And so that's kind of a fun thing that you can do. If you have littles in your family, whether they're your grandchildren or nieces or nephews or just children in the church that you spend time with, send them a Christmas card. They will love it. You can put stickers in it. You could put, anything you want to. It depends on how much you want to pay for postage, but they love that. So, on the next page, I'm going to put my Christmas cards. Now, you can, if you're buying presents for a lot of people, let me see if I can find another page. Let's see. Okay. So, this is a page from years past. This one, I just folded it over, and I cut off the top of it so it looks like a little fold. And the reason it's folded is that so I can hide it, so that if somebody looks at my book that's not supposed to, the presents are hidden if they flip through it. But what I did, I wrote the name, the gift, the amount, if I bought it, when I wrapped it, and when I gave it out. And I write the date next to it when I give it out. You don't have to do this. You don't have to make it look special, fun. You just want to write it down. Write their name. Easy. Just write their name. Write down. For instance, Michelle. I put a check mark if I bought the gift. When I mailed it, bought the gift. Or when I give it, I write down the date that I need to have this ready to give it. If you make handmade things or sweet goodies that you give out, it's always nice to put that date that you need to have it ready. And the rest of this, that's really all you need. If you have a budget, you can write that down on your page as well. Now, you can go a step farther and you can actually write your decoration ideas. And I've done that in the past. Some years, I don't change it very much. Lately, I have not changed it. So I could just make a note that my decorations to see 2022, and you can look at those pictures. But I just take a little camera snap of the tree or the mantelpiece, and that kind of lets you know how I've decorated it. Because there are some years that maybe we got new furniture, or wait, maybe we could move furniture. And so I have had our Christmas tree in so many different places because I've moved things around. So that's why I like to take a picture so that I'll know, so that I'll remember how I decorated it. Simple, easy. Now, here's another tip for you. You don't have to do this, but I also have a page in here for the menu that I'm going to do. So I've got my cards. You can write down your gift list. You can write down your decorations. You can also write down your menu that you're going to write down maybe for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. What are you going to eat? And then I also have a page that I write down the treats that I make or gifts that I make. And I just wrote it at the top of my page. This is my menu, this is my treats and my gifts. You can actually put your recipes in here. I've done that as well. I think it was 21. Yep. Yep. Here's one. So 21. This is a big piece. It didn't fit on my page, so I just folded it and I taped it in. So I know that I have that is with my Christmas things. Now when I move my next book, I might have to move the pages or make a copy of it. It's up to me. I haven't decided how I want to do that yet. But treats, gifts, who are you going to give them to? What are you going to do? Do you have a special gift that you want to do or a special treat? This lets me kind of plan what kind of supplies I need and what I need to buy. So you can make another list for this or you can make it on a different one. Okay? And you can just put what I need to buy. And this can be gift wrap paper, tape, ribbons. Just start a list down there, and when you get those, you can check those off. Yeah, and that's it. Now, here's the tip. This is what I was trying to tell you about, and I skipped over it. The very last, after Christmas is already done, you can add whatever you want to this beforehand. You can put devotions in here. You can put pictures. You can put cards that people give you, gift tags, that whatever you want to put. This is your little memory book. But I always make a page at the very end, and I do this after Christmas, of what I would change. Was there anything about it that I did not like or I want to change? Sometimes there's a recipe that I tried. I didn't like it. It didn't turn out well, or maybe we didn't eat it. Sometimes I'll make things and my family's like, yeah, it's really good, but then they don't eat it. So I'm going to make a note of that. No, they didn't really eat it very much. Or maybe I don't really need to make a double batch. I need to make a smaller batch. So I make a note of that. So now when I'm planning for next year, I will look at last year's page to see. Okay. So here's what I wrote last year. I need to change out the ribbons on my garland. And I need night light bulbs for some of the light up candles. Okay. The calendar to plan fun activities. Okay. And this was a good one too. To have some ideas for food in like freezer meals or something in the freezer, or easy meals to put in the freezer, so that I can pull those out on the busy nights or the week of Christmas, or something like that I can just pull out and make life easier. So I make those notes, but comes after Christmas. This is going to be your last page and after Christmas. And that's all it is. I hope that wasn't confusing to you. So to wrap it up, this is a little longer video today. If you don't want to print one of these out, make your own. A notebook and a pen and something to make a tab with. It could be scrap paper, whatever. Okay, first page. Make your tab and put your calendar on there so that you can look at your week, your month, find out what you're going to do. I make a wish list. I have a page that I put, me personally, I put cards down there so I know who I'm sending them to, or how many cards I need to order or buy. I put our Christmas menu, what we're going to eat, the treats or gifts that I'm going to give out, what I need to buy so I can actually make a list of things that I need to start getting at the store. You could put decorations down. What did you decorate outside with? Whatever. Some years it's devotion, whatever, and that's basically it. And then after Christmas is over, then I write down what did I like, what I did not like. Am I going to change anything? And it's pretty simple. I found when I printed out the planners, I found out that there was a lot of pages we didn't use. I just didn't use half of it. So that's why I just get a blank notebook and I do it this way. It works for me. You do what works for you in the season in life you're in. And if you have little ones that like to look things or they're learning to read, all you got to do, take your page, fold it over so that when they're flipping through your book, they're not going to see it because it's folded over. See? And I actually did this in some of mine. If you look at some of the other years, I did this with my mom. That way she couldn't see what I had bought her. And this, by doing it this way, I can start now and buy things. You can have a page for your stocking stuffers. You can have neighbor gifts. Just start adding to it as your holiday season goes by. Each year you do this, it'll be easier because you can just keep using it. And like I said, just keep using it. You don't have to cover your book. You can put a sticker on it. You can leave it blank. You can do whatever you want. This is your notebook. So thank you for coming to visit me. So glad to see you again and to meet our new friends. Please come back. I'm going to be sharing more Christmas fun and Christmas ideas. Come back. Hit that subscribe. Please come back. I look forward to seeing you. And I love you very much. Oh, wait. Before I say goodbye, I have a Bible verse for you. This is my Bible verse that I think about at Christmas. I don't know why I forgot this. Luke 2:11. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. Because when you're celebrating Christmas, that's what this is all really about. So again, I love you. He loves you. And we'll see you next time. Bye.